Again, because I want to display only one listing per page, I'm going to use the Form View control. Click and select Form View, drag it into the page. Now choose the data source. Because we've already configured it, we can just select it. And Edit Templates. Now I like to set that empty data template so I don't forget. So remember, the empty data template is the template that will display if somebody gets to a page that doesn't have a listing on it. That's why we have the -1 there. Now you can enter anything you want in this field, but to save us both some typing, I've included this in your text file. Alt-Tab and switch back to Notepad. And you see I have a couple of messages here for our agent or listing not found messages. I want the second one here, specific to listings. Simply select it. I'm just going to copy and paste. Control-C, Alt-Tab, Control-V. You know this routine by now. And now, of course, if you want to set a link within this text, you do that like you would set any other link. So if you're in the empty data template, you can just use the regular link button, find the page that you want this to link to, our main listings page, click OK, and we're set. Next, let's work on our item template. So from this list, you want to choose item template. And now we can just delete some of these headers that we don't need. If you do want to keep the headers, of course, you can just change the case or change what the header says. I'm going to completely delete the photo, including the label. We're going to add that back in with an image control. And for the agent name, let's get all of these up on the same line. This I find is a lot easier to manage in Code View than it is in Design View, where you can't really tell if there's a space between these two labels or not. So let me switch over to Split to get the split screen. And now the form that I want to edit is the item template. So up here you see this is the edit item template. That's not the same template. So don't make your changes there. If I scroll down now, this is the insert item template. That's not the one I'm changing. They're all in the code behind this page, so it's easy to get confused. But the one I want to change is called item template. And you can see I've already removed the word property from the beginning here. And I've removed the description. And if I scroll down, you see my territory with the capital T. Let me scroll this up so that we can better match what's going on here. And now what I want to do is get salutation, first and last name all on the same line. And in the code, I can do that by using the backspace key to remove all of that extra space. And now you see these are right next to each other. Now I do want to leave one space in between there so that there's a space between Mr. or Mrs. and the name. So I'm just using the space bar to add a space. Now I hadn't yet deleted the last name or this break tag. And now I can highlight and just delete all of that extra space. And now using the backspace key again, you see that label brought up so they're all on the same line. And Expression Web will let you create a line as long as you want in Code View. Now I can add a space, again, between those. And let's just take care of a couple last things while we're here in Code View. I don't need the word title, but I will keep the title label. I don't want either of the IDs to display at all, so let me delete everything that has to do with those, including that last break tag. And now I've pretty well got this the way I want it in the code. And here's another tip. Don't just click back over here to save your changes. Actually save your page first. I'm using Control-S to save, and now you see all of my changes reflected in Design View. If you don't save the page before you switch back, sometimes Expression Web doesn't completely save your changes. Now you can make further edits or add text back here in Design View. And although it looks like each of these items are on separate lines again, when we preview this, you'll see they're all on one line, because that's how we placed them in Code View. But let's go ahead and select the salutation label. And now I'm going to use my arrow key to deselect it and get my cursor right at the beginning of the line there. And let's just add the text agent : space. And let's save this page. Preview. And of course, we don't see this page because of that -1 that we put in there. Now I could set up a temporary link here like we did with agents so we can preview this page, but I'm about to go back to the listings page and set links to here. If you just want to check this once, you can just type that string into the address line. So watch this. Remember, it's each underscore listing, ASPX, question mark, which underscore listing equals, and then any number from the database. So let's just put a 1 there. And when I hit return, now you see the first of my listings. And this is actually displaying what's on that page. And you can see now I added agent in design view, and my salutation first and last name still stayed on that one line because in code view I set those up side by side with nothing but one space in between them.